everyone. This is 6.2. Now 6.2 is just the extension of 6.1. Now here it says removing fractions decimals, and what does that really mean? The mean is that, for example, you take a look at the coefficient of our variable x. They're all fractions. Now even this number here is a fractions as well. So you could well imagine that before it could just be 2x. Now just let's take it to the top, which is the numerator of these fractions. 2x minus 1 equals to 3x. All right, so you have done this practice and you should have no problem about how to find the x. So because here we're going to move this 2x over to that way, means subtract 2x, and then the negative 1 is on this side, and then this 3x, subtract 2x, then it's just 1x, and so x equals to negative 1. Now, again, the difference now, it is a coefficient. Instead of 2x, it's a 2 over 3x. Instead of 1, this is 1 over 6. The same thing about this coefficient for this x. Now, you could use just fraction to do exactly the same thing. So 2 over 3x, subtract 1 over 6 equals to 3 over 4x. Now, using the same logic here, okay, we're going to move this x over to this side by doing subtract 2 over 3x, subtract 2 over 3x. So then this is gone. So then this side we have negative 1 over 6 left. Now this side, do the subtraction, becomes 1 over 3x. Okay, now divide by this whole 1 over 3. Divided by this whole 1 over 3. So then this is canceled out. Now my x now equals to negative 1 over 6 divided by 1 over 3 is multiplied by 3 over 1. Okay, so cancel. This is 2, this is 1. Therefore, my x equals to negative 1 over 2. Okay. However, there is a so-called smarter way to do things. So what do I do is, because I see this is all fractions, right? Now these fractions, what is the common denominator? We have done so many common denominator in the past. So right away we can see the common denominator is 12. Okay, so in this case, if I multiply by 12 on both sides of the equation, if I multiply by 12 on both sides of the equation, and then it will be, all the fractions are going to be changed to whole numbers. So let's take a look. So I use the red here. So I'm using 12, multiply this whole thing. It has to be the whole thing on one side. Subtract 1 over 6, and then equals to 3 over 4 x multiplied by 12. All right, you have to do the same thing. Multiply 12, multiply by 12 on both sides. So now this side is very easy to see because it's 12 multiplied by 3 over 4 and multiplied by x. Now cancel. That's 1 and then that's 3. So my this side you see already 9x. You see that? It's not a fraction anymore. Beautiful. Now this one I'm multiplying by distributive properties, right? Because I cannot subtract this one. So multiply by 12, then I have to go in like that. So then the first one is 12 multiplied by 2 over 3x and subtract 12 multiplied by 1 over 6. Okay, so this way now that gone, and that is 4. This one gone, that's 2. So then that becomes 4 multiplied by 2, it is 8. 8x subtract 2 equals to 9x. Isn't this beautiful? There is absolutely no fraction anymore. So then in this case, we do exactly the same thing. Move this to the other side by negative 8x. Negative 8x. Gone. And this side is x. Wow, equals to negative 2. By the way, what did I do? So 1 is negative 2. 1 is negative 1 over 2. You see, that's why sometimes when I do this decimal, hold on for a second. That should be negative over, this is the way that, see, this is negative, x equals negative 2. But you see, when I carry on the decimal, I made a mistake. You see how easy to make a mistake. By the way, here, I'm not deliberately trying to show to you that how easy to make a mistake. I simply just made a mistake. How did I even make this mistake? Wow, I cannot even see. This is interesting. Okay, well, that is, isn't this interesting? How did I make a mistake here? Well, you guys, if you can help me to figure it out, please let me know when you come to class. And I guess I got my point, which is by multiply the common denominator, you can get rid of the denominator. And so that in the end, you only got whole numbers to deal with or integers to deal with. It's much easier. Some other things could be look like a little bit more complicated, but not necessarily. Now, for example, this is a fraction here, right? Now, this is another fraction. There's another fraction. Now, again, between three of them, the common denominator is 12. So I'm going to multiply 12 on both sides. So this 12 on this side, 12 multiplied by this whole bunch, right? And then 12 multiplied by this side. So then again, this 12 and this 3 can cancel. So that is 1, that is a 4. So on this side now I got 4 multiplied by this 2x plus 5. 2x plus 5. On this side, I'm going to in here. So then that equals to 1 over 2 multiplied by 12 plus x over 6 multiplied by 12. So then in this case, then that is 6. In this case, that is 2. So then now I have to multiply this in, multiply by this in. So on my left-hand side, I have 8x plus 20. On my right-hand side, I have 6 plus 2x. Now this time, move this 2x to the other side by subtract 2x, and also move the 20 over this side by subtract 20, subtract 20. Okay, so 8x subtract 2x, 6x equals to, this is negative 14. Negative 20, positive 5, positive 6, and then divided by 6, x equals to negative 7 over 3. And this is my solution. Okay. Now, how about if it's a decimal? Now take a look at. Wow, this is a decimal, is coefficient. Decimal, decimal, decimal. Makes my head spin. But I realized the smallest, the most decimal point is 3 points. Okay, so how about then I multiply by 1,000 on both sides, because it's 3 decimal places, and then I'm going to multiply by 1,000, 3 zeros. Then in this case, everything becomes whole number again. 1,000 multiplied by that becomes 2x. 1,000 multiplied by that becomes 50. Well, this is you have to have a better number sense. Now this one, 30x, and that one, 6. Well, then in this case, move this 2x to the other side, subtract 2x, subtract 2x, move this one to this side, subtract 6, subtract 6. So on this side, I got 20, sorry, what am I doing here? So I have 30 subtract 30 subtract, that's 28, equals to 28x. Now this one is 44. Is that 44? What did I do wrong? 36, yeah, 2x, 28, 28x, 44. Okay, then then this is divided by 28 divided by 44. Subtract, oh, sorry, I made a mistake here, guys. See, this question starts from negative, and I did a positive. No wonder. So if the subtract negative, and then it should be positive, therefore this should be 56. All right, now divided by 28 on both sides, and then therefore my x equals to 2. And I found my solution. All right, in your exercise, they would just have, see, this is all fractions as your coefficient, and some looking rather complicated, but you can definitely figure it out how to use the multiply by the common denominator to get rid of them. Okay, now this section is all decimals, and then you can figure out multiply by 10, multiply by 100, multiply by 1,000, even multiply by 10,000. Depends on how many, what is the most decimal points. And then there's something looking just a little bit more complicated. You have to multiply by in, and then to see what's going on. All right, have fun with it. Thank you for watching.